Good morning, A-Bird Freedom Fam and the Tactical Universe, as well as the new combatant nation. But before we begin, this firearm has been cleared and is safe, and it's just here for a quick demonstration purposes. So, being a Minuteman, right, or the Minutemen of the Revolutionary War, is it all about this AK custom painted by moi? No, it's not. Is it about this Armalite AR-50 right over my shoulder? No, it is not. Is it about this chocolate chip desert boonie cover? No. How about this plate carrier with magazines and ammo? No, it's not about that either. What I want to do today is I want to break down, having had a few people, customers and people, acquaintances, mentioned to me they've seen a lot of videos about Minutemen militias and Minutemen training, and this is all great. Full stop. It's all great. This is not any kind of bullshit, retaliation, hit piece, kind of shit like that. But what it is I actually took the time to gather and put together some notes. This is not a caffeinated rant. This is not a, is it cringe, is it trash? But more so a little bit of insight, in my opinion, on the Minuteman, what the Minuteman was, what the Minuteman is today. And these are my opinions. You can agree with them, you can disagree with them, all you want. It's all great, because that's what America's founding on, is agreeing to disagree. We all do it, okay? Imagine a time when ordinary citizens stood ready to defend their community. Okay, this would be the early stages of the American Revolution. Okay, these individuals were known as Minutemen. These are literally the soldiers of the American Revolution. So when you think of the Revolutionary Army had to come from somewhere. It came from the community. Just like today's military comes from the community on a volunteer basis. Well, if you were trying to defend your freedom, you would definitely volunteer to do it. But before there was a standing army, there were the Minutemen. They were known as the ultimate citizen soldier because the citizens of the new country were the soldiers that were going to defend that idea. Remember, America was founded on an idea. Okay? But as times changed and a regular military established all branches, the role of the citizen soldier shifted. Example, more use of the National Guard on the home front while active duty troops were deployed through the ages. Okay, now as those of us that are GWAT know, Guard and Reserve troops deployed just as much as active duty because of the new structuring. Everybody goes. So the one thing that stayed the same is the input of the citizen or population, right? But you got your National Guard troops and you've got, that's your state militia basically. But at that time, they weren't professional soldiers during the American Revolution. They were literally farmers, farriers, people that cooked, built things, did whatever, right? But rapid response was the one thing they all had in common, and that's the one thing they have in common with the National Guard or the Minutemen of today. That's why the National Guard logo is literally a Revolutionary era Minuteman. Great, we got that established. But they're set up for local defense. And you know what? I'm kind of done with these notes. I don't want to sit here and just read to you. But here's what being a Minuteman means to me, having been one. So after coming home from Iraq in 2004, I changed over to the Guard. And a couple years later was actually activated on state orders for the Witch Creek fire in San Diego, California. Massively devastating fire in San Diego. And that was when I got to actually see the true meaning of Minutemen or state militia, because we were activated to support FEMA, fire, rescue, law enforcement. But more importantly, we were there to support the citizens in our community. We're back to that community thing again. So running around and learning tactics and drills, that's great. I would never doubt anybody for that. Putting your kid on and going for a hike. But it's not all about rah-rah, boom-da, we got to overthrow the government. Remember, the Minuteman came from the community to support and defend the community. I think that's one of the biggest things that's kind of lost. More people are shifting towards a citizen army, rather than the true meaning of a Minuteman, in my opinion. Remember, this is my opinion. These are my thoughts alone. So just give a little thought to the meaning of a Minuteman before you kind of run around and get all super tactical. Look at your community. Look at your community members. There's probably like-minded individuals you can get together and not just perform the direct action portion of a Minuteman. Maybe trying to be a better member of your community and being there to support your community is more along the lines of being a Minuteman of today. That's all I got for you today. Just a little something to think about when you hear all this Minuteman thing thrown around, and militia and armed citizens, and you have to do this and you have to do that. No, break it down. Think about it. Without community and without the community of the Revolutionary era, we wouldn't be sitting here, I wouldn't be making videos, and you wouldn't be watching it. So for everybody that has recently subscribed to the channel, thanks, welcome aboard. It's not usually a rant like this, and that's not really a rant, but it's not usually like this. Well, of course, there'll be more firearm content and goofiness coming, but just with the influx of the term Minuteman thrown around in the past month that I've heard, stop and think about where it actually comes from. That's all I got for you. Like, comment, subscribe. If you agree, put it in the comments. If you disagree, put it in the comments. Well, let's have an adult, grown-up thought input process in the comments, because maybe I missed something, and maybe there's something more to it that you see I don't see. It would be great to know, and at the same time, we can all educate each other. Everybody stay safe. Out.